The Russian doping scandal starts all the way back in November of last year. The world governing body of athletics provisionally suspends Russia from track and field competitions after the World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA, finds evidence of state-sponsored cheating. The full complement of 389 athletes is technically still headed to Rio, but the track and field team are in doubt. Skip forward to June this year and 67 are out as the International Olympic Committee, or IOC, upholds the ban.
The IOC has set the bar a lot higher for Russian athletes in terms of doping. So any Russian athlete with a prior suspension for doping can't compete in the Olympics. Russian athletes are allowed to compete at Rio, but if they've been suspended for doping in the past, they're out.
A month later, and WADA publishes the McLaren report, recommending a blanket ban. Could this mean no Russian athletes at Rio?
The independent WADA report made it pretty clear that there was a state-sponsored cover-up in Russia. It wasn't just a cover-up. The sports ministry ran this doping program and the cover-up.
Less than a week later, and the IOC decides not to ban the entire Russian team, guided by a fundamental rule of the Olympic Charter to protect clean athletes. Instead, and much to the anger of WADA, they let the sports' individual federations decide.
Russia's got a lot of political weight in the Olympics. They're one of the big three Olympic medal winners, and I think the International Olympic Committee was hesitant to ban them entirely. Russia is unlikely to contest the IOC's decision because they were facing a much stricter ban, and this way, at least some of them, they'll be able to hear their national anthem a few times.
By the 25th of July, and the number is down to 288. That's 22 rowers, 5 canoeists, and 7 swimmers banned. By the end of the week, 16 more athletes are banned. With the final number going to Rio at just 271, the Russian squad is barely 70% of its original strength.
I think Russia is very happy with the result that they got. They were facing a blanket ban in which all of their athletes would not be allowed to compete, with a few exceptions. Clearly, there's going to be a lot of soul searching. Russia is going to lose medals that we thought they won in Sochi. I've seen estimates that up to 30% of all Olympic athletes are doping, so obviously a lot more work needs to be done. It's unclear, maybe there are other countries that also have state-sponsored doping. Russia could just be the tip of the iceberg.